A lot of fantasy football talk as we enter into the playoff.
Critical week this week.
Critical week. Week 1 matchup is here. We got some buys for some of us good players, and then we have you guys that are actually playing each other. Is that correct?
We are. Yeah. It's gonna be a big one.
Shit on niggers.com versus Skeletal Lightning.
You gotta love that. It's always a good rival coming down to the Week 1 playoffs. I love it personally.
Because you can sit back, watch football, and not have to worry about a damn thing.
You know, my guys need a rest. They need to get healthy.
I think you have some Lauder's jizz in your mouth right there.
I had a great year. I just had a bad last few weeks. Injuries, you know. You can't fault a guy all season for that.
You can fault somebody, and that name is Michael David Lauders.
And we'll see if it pans out, you know. Maybe he gets the first...
He has a lot of enemies this week.
A lot of...
Wilson didn't like you.
Yeah, well, Wilson, of course, he doesn't like anything.
I thought that was fair.
He did play by the rules.
What he thought, or what he thought was the rules. I don't even know if the rule ever even got changed, but I looked at it and was like, oh,
he was trying to keep it
2 spots open. Everything else is full. That's cool.
Yeah. And not only that, they're all buy players. So he was actually really reading into it because, again, Mitch, he actually emptied his bench, so he had just open slots.
Yeah.
Buy players were never actually even addressed. If a guy just if you forget about him, he's on a buy.
He forgot.
He forgot. Well, you know, he made some really close friends this week too.
Yeah, that's why your face is covered.
Now we'll see how that goes. Cardinal League, the buys are Justin Constable and Tom Howell receiving buys. They've been dominant all year in Cardinal League.
Marcus versus Dilks, that seems like a rivalry.
Marcus versus Dilks, yeah, maybe that's a rivalry in the making.
Yeah, I'd like to see an arm wrestling contest between the two of them.
Or Indian leg wrestling.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. And the other matchup with that, Fox and Redding. Fox comes barreling in, very similar to what Gruber had here recently, clips it into the playoffs. So
Gruber and I had very similar seasons, starting off terrible, and then just
you did.
Everybody got hot.
Gruber had some close losses earlier in the year too.
0-5 though, I believe on Facebook. You called his team dead.
I did. I literally did. I did. 0-5. What do you got? Literally win the rest of the way out. He did. That's what he did. So we'll pull him in a little bit later tonight, and we'll talk some more about that.
I think I can hear Mikey Johnson crying from here.
Johnson, yeah. He should have. He beat me, I guess.
Super Cam found his kryptonite.
First time Mikey is not going to win a fantasy football. That's a first for 218, I guess. Beer pong coming up here in a few weeks. Actually, we're down to November 30th. So we cannot have Cade Ingle win it. So make sure everybody gets ready for that.
Watch your knees, nigga.
Maybe the wrist. So that'll be interesting. It will be interesting also to see if Mikey can actually back up any of his claims. Supposedly he used to be good when he played in Florida.
I'm just hoping for a Wheeler Mikey matchup and Wheeler just to fucking go off again.
It'll be number 3, I think. If he does that, it'll be the 3rd time he's knocked him out.
I want to see Mason get there too.
He's won it though before. Mason hasn't won it. I've won it. Sean, have you ever won it?
I have not.
Never won it, no? We'll see how that goes. Another thing we want to think about, and we'll pull in some of the guys here in full panel and discuss, do we do a double elimination style since we have nothing else but one event this night?
I think double elimination.
Do we pull out Sean?
Yeah, I mean, you got to kind of think about it, see how many people are going to be playing.
True, yep.
And kind of do the math because sometimes those games take a little bit. And that could be a lot of beers, but I'm down for getting fucked up. So.
Yeah, hey, that's the name of the game here. As long as Justin, just try not to mix the two substances. We want to stay healthy. We don't want any cops being called this year.
Hide your wives.
Hide your wives. So yeah, fantasy football and beer pong. That's going to be the discussion of the night, gentlemen. Real quick, the cost for beer pong is going to be $15. This will cover the keg and the entry fee.
Bush Light, I'm assuming.
Bush Light, yep. Yep. So $15. Please bring that pay up. We have a lot of outstanding debt. We'll get to that later as well. Pulling the first guest of the night. Come on in, Mr. Cory Harter, #1 seed, fantasy football gold league.
To be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
Good to be here. Thank you for that.
Thanks for being here.
Nice.
Yep. #1 seed. You had a hell of a year. Come out with 1 loss all season. Who'd you get that 1 loss to? Do you recall who that was?
I do not.
I believe
it was the Ukraine train.
Was my loss was?
It was the train.
On the Cory Bowl.
Were you undefeated?
No, I
He
was.
was
I had
not
one loss.
undefeated at that point.
Gruber, I believe, it gave me my.
At least the number 1 point scored is number 1 in our league. I like that.
Yeah.
I think he's also least points against, so I think that goes hand in hand. But
You had a hell of a year.
yeah, you had a hell of a year.
It's odd that I would be least points against, but
I think
It doesn't matter though. It's irrelevant by that point.
Regardless.
Peyton Manning, I think, really was your draft pick of the year.
yeah, it was a wonder that he fell to me in the 4th round. I really
That
like
is
that.
truly
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, it's a high risk, high reward type guy.
I believe
Yeah.
Cam Newton was selected before.
I don't know about that one, but yeah, I think you're right. I disagree with that pick. But what about the running back situation this year? A lot of guys hurt early.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of number 1 picks gone. Yours, mine's gone. Yours gone.
I haven't relied on number 1 pick in about 4 years. I'm
Okay.
getting used to it at this point.
As we talked about in episode 8, you've been fucked with that.
I had a big scare with LaShawn McCoy. Really thought he was hurt
You
seriously
did.
because he acted like a whiner. But he got up and
Played
he
that
still
game.
ran my house.
I know, but he looked like it was a career ender.
You were really worried about that.
It looked serious at the time, and then it wasn't.
You're trying to get rid of Ryan Matthews. You've had a lot of guys that you.
Chris Ivory, what a piece of shit.
Hey,
Right,
Matthews has
Matthews.
never been good, ever.
He
Before
was
like
his rookie year.
He wasn't even good in college. I don't know why they even drafted up for him. He's a bum.
before like week 7 or 8 this year, the San Diego Chargers had not had a rushing touchdown since week 5 of last year. Had I known that, there was no way I would have drafted Ryan Matthews. But
And that's where you come in with
Last pick in the draft, Danny Woodhead.
Yeah.
Woodhead,
That's right.
is getting a lot of touches.
You've also benefited a lot off of Arian Foster picking up Ben Tate.
Yeah, he's played like 1 game and got me like 5 points, but
That would be a lot
he's got
more
4
fun.
broken ribs. Hopefully he can do some damage this week against the Jew boy right here.
hopefully he doesn't.
Last week was off. I clinched the 1 seed. Part of me thought about just resting my starters easing into the playoffs. I didn't know if people did that in fantasy. I didn't know if it'd be an advantage, but
I don't think it really matters.
Lauders did, but
I'm gonna let that down.
I didn't know if that would give me an edge after the bye week or not. But
Well, that's nice. We can just kind of lay back and see what happens, see what unfolds.
I was really looking forward to watching some Cyclone basketball against Michigan.
No worries.
Some chili.
Yeah.
and with the new structure this year, week 10, the 1 seed would play the 10 seed or the 10th team, so it wouldn't matter how to rest
Yeah.
my starters.
Mason
Yeah.
back-to-back last place finishes.
Well, he hasn't officially finished last place, but the regular season,
All
yes.
but yeah, write him off.
I don't understand slumping it for the last pick, or the number 1 pick.
There's a big difference between AP and anybody else, though.
I would agree with that too.
Ryan
had some other questionable
How
picks this year.
many champions?
You had
How many
Aaron
champions
Foster
have came
number
from
2.
getting the first pick?
I
in
wish
the
I
draft?
would have done that, but
I don't
had
think
Doug
many
Martin number
championships
3.
come from that.
what was your call, Sean? What did you say?
How many champions have come from?
Wheeler
last
did.
pick?
Wheeler, and so did Redding. Finished last 1 year. Next year they won it.
so if you're out of the playoffs like Gruber was,
Yep.
you could just throw it away and hope for the number 1 pick.
Yeah. The bottom line, you still got to go for that toilet bowl, though. I mean, you got to win
You
it.
have to
That's
win
the
the
thing. You have to win the toilet bowl in order to get first pick. So yeah. So you can't just completely tank it, but you can tank it to get to the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yep.
In our league, you cannot trade draft picks. I think you should be able to trade draft picks.
Okay.
So that's
Sure.
We've
Go ahead.
traded draft picks before.
We
huh?
did
In the
Actually,
draft, I think.
During
we're
the
not
draft.
talking pre-draft. Yeah, and they were. I think
But-
it was after I'd selected. I believe.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bob
that's what it was.
Gronkowski.
You
Not
selected
picks, you
You
selected-
selected Gronkowski. I really wanted him. I said I'd get Aaron Hernandez, or whatever you wanted for my next pick, and then you got my next one, and then I took a later one. That
Smells like
was good.
collusion. I don't know. Like
I don't like it either. It's
future
straight-
picks, how many years down
Yeah.
the road? Like
You
two-
can really
No.
fuck over an entire
No.
year.
Oh no, not it has to be that
Well,
year.
say this year I didn't like it. I didn't like who I'm going to draft at the 8 spot. If I wanted to trade that 8 spot and get his 2nd and 3rd round pick or something like that.
That's
Yeah.
when we do future picks.
Yeah, definitely
Future
not
year.
future picks. That is collusion. Definitely,
Okay.
100%.
Got something to bring up. We got a board member. We got a board meeting coming up.
Yeah, say I got the 9th overall pick and I want a 2nd and 3rd, an additional 2nd and 3rd round. I want to trade that and a 5th rounder for the 2nd and 3rd picks. Maybe there's more value in that round of the draft, and that's what I'd like to do. I think it should be acceptable.
One change I would like for next year is our flex position. Did we talk about this last time?
You talking with me? I
Adding
like
the
it.
tight
yeah.
end?
Yeah,
Oh,
I really like
They're
that.
gonna be becoming a feature.
Yeah. Tight
in
ends
the
are
passing
huge
game.
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm all about that.
100%. I was on board with that last
Yeah.
year.
yeah.
What if somebody pitched the idea of maybe it was you? Defenses getting negative. If you get negative yards in defenses, you get
Yeah, dude.
points.
The
So
quarterback takes a kneel, like that's negative
Well, then you get 0.2 points. So for every yard negative that the defense... So like if you tackle a guy for a 15-yard loss, you get 1.5 points on your defense. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the total yards at the end of the game...
It would even out. It would get pretty close, but...
Yeah. I'm
I
in
don't
favor
know, that
of
was
drafting a head coach, and you get 2 points if that head coach wins that week. You get a point if that head coach gets a challenge correctly.
Oh.
It's just an extra little wrinkle.
Man, that's a wild card. I didn't see that one coming.
I've heard of some other leagues that do
I think I would have to go in and do that.
I know other leagues that draft head coaches. I don't know about the challenge situation.
I don't
but
think
know
that,
they
definitely
get
not
points
challenge.
for it. But I mean, it just 2 points for a win, a point for a challenge correctly. Odds are that those 3 or 4 points that you could potentially get in a week wouldn't be a game changer. But
That's Mason.
that's
How much
Mason.
3 points would be?
That's true. It would make a lot of.
Don't draft Lovie Smith then,
Don't.
because he doesn't challenge any call ever.
I mean, he's
And
in
when he
coaching,
does, he
or is he
loses.
coach?
He's not a coach.
I think he's in the CFL.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think he's in.
Is he?
One thing I'd like to bring out with the payout structure.
Oh, okay.
I
For
feel
fantasy
like
football?
I feel like total points should get $25 or $50. Total points in the regular season, I would like that, and I would also like the winner of the regular season to get $25 or $50. I'm not talking like cutting
Something
grossly
for the
into the
effort.
prize, but just to try and reward them for having such a good regular season and drafting well.
It's been talked that we do. If you get the weekly high, you get $5 for every weekly high you get. Which,
Into a pot at the end of the year.
yeah, and then it kind of builds up.
Or maybe the ultimate high in the season, which was me initially, but then
That'll always
surpassed
likely
me.
be the number. Well, that's true too, but it'll
On the
likely always
season.
be the same one though. Usually, if you win, you're probably going to be most likely going to have either the highest weekly points or the finish.
I'm talking the highest amount of points scored in any given week throughout the season. If you scored 155 points in one game,
Yep,
you
yep.
would get paid since you had the highest points.
We could include both leagues in that.
Yeah, you could.
And
That's
give
true.
that person just
True.
$25 at the end of the year. If
Yep.
they put up 160 points, reward them. I like it.
And one beef that I have, and it's really going to piss me off if it matters, the number one overall seed, if the 6th seed advances, I want to play the 6th seed. I do not want to play the winner.
You want
I
playoff
would-
reseeding.
I wouldn't. They're a tough squad this year.
It could all depend, you know.
Every year is completely
it
different.
could end
Or
up the
number
one
one seed
seed.
gets to pick who they want to play.
Yeah.
They don't. You can't do that.
That's a little too much work. He does enough work already. But I think you should just the number one overall seed plays the worst seed to advance. That's how the
Or
NFL
reseeding.
does it, and
Yeah.
this is NFL fantasy. We might as well just keep it up, and that's what it should be.
Okay.
Because
We
it's
can bring
going
that
to
to
piss
board
me
discussion.
off if the 6th seed advances and I play the 4 seed.
It pissed me off.
That happens though. I mean, it's just kind of like
It
a
would
draw.
piss you off if the 6th seed
I'd be in
advances.
favor of that team advancing.
I'm really kind of worried, you know.
I think this year that situation actually might play out to where if Sean could pull up the upset, then it would. I don't see that
He
happening
would not
at
beat
all.
you on a 2-week playoff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I
But
would agree with that.
I'm really kind of in a tough spot.
Week 12, LaShawn McCoy, AJ Green, Deshaun Jackson, 3 of kind of my rocks, all by week 12 first week. But Peyton will probably put up enough points week 12 to balance that out.
13, I guess.
Or it could be
I
hurt.
get the
You
value.
I wouldn't have a kicker that week. Shit.
I think Andre Johnson was the best value that I got in the draft. He fell pretty late. I don't know what round I got him, but he's top 5 in yards just recently. He's
He
blown up
dropped a
touchdowns.
40 burger on Sunday night against me.
Yeah.
I had you down. I
Yeah,
had
but
you
you were
down.
lucky down because Andy Dalton, after throwing 5 touchdowns the previous week, scored like 4 points and laid a complete egg.
You had
gotta
a lot
put
of
up
close
$130
wins.
to win on that.
You did have a few close wins.
Yeah,
Wheeler
I did.
should have beat you. Hunt Rod probably should have beat you.
I did have a couple close wins, but
When's inconsiderate smoking guy night?
I like that idea.
It's a suggestion that I've been thinking about, and with
Okay.
Beer Pong coming up, you're just talking about how you have one event that night. Maybe we have a board game night, possibly.
Ooh.
I'm not big on
Take a
board
risk.
games. The
risk.
the games that I would want to play would be chess, the true gentleman's game, and Connect Four, just the shit. I mean, I would slice it. Connect Four is probably one of the greatest.
Shoot some
games ever.
ladders.
Shoot some ladders ball
No, it's
candy.
Connect Four and chess.
Those are the two, huh? No Monopoly, no risk.
We could potentially get a big game of Monopoly. It might take 2 or 3 boards.
It would take a
What about
long
some
fucking
dominoes?
We used to have a lot of boards.
Do we have seven hours to play that Monopoly game? I don't know. We have families now. People are getting older.
Probably not. No. We pull out some Risk nights over the summer, and that went well. But again, it was long.
Yeah, this
It
sounds
was a
like
short version. It was fun though.
Battle for world domination.
I think. Did you win one? Did you? Win?
Yeah,
You won.
I
Sean
won
won one.
Call me
Great as
weirdo.
weak.
I've never played Risk.
Ooh, it's a fun game. You might not like it because it's a lot of like wars and like battles and stuff like that. So I can understand why it's not your style
Too
game.
pacifist for that game.
But I do like Risk. I'm a gambling man, so maybe they outweigh each other. I don't know.
We're gonna pull out. We're gonna call it a lightning round. We pulled it out with Mr. Ryan Red, fellow Bondurant-ian.
We're the best at disc golf. Take that, Woody. I'll guarantee a win right now too for next year in disc golf.
Guaranteed.
Oh,
Oh wow.
That's
Mark it
me.
down.
That's me.
Mark
I
it
get
down.
to pick the course.
Guaranteed win, huh?
Woody won because it was Ewing, and I played there like once in my life.
Ooh, excuses coming
We play a course that I play. Redding and I, when we play, we'll throw some shots that'll impress you. Woody, he's solid, but you're not just going to be like, damn, wow, that was impressive. You're just not going to say that when you watch a Woody disc.
Woody's always been kind of solid but unimpressive.
Yeah, he does putt. His putting is good. He putts very confidently, hard at the basket. Ryan and I tend to float a little bit more. I mean, that might be
Redding's
his
good.
one advantage. Redding's pretty clutch, too.
You did donate money to our first ever Ace
Yeah,
Fund
I wanted,
on
to
218.
I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, I don't know if that's ever been mentioned before, but there is now an ACE fund
Yep,
started.
yep.
It's also an ACE/reserve fund. I mean, if we ever needed some money for whatever reason, I think it just got kicked off with 15 or 20 bucks. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
there's 20 bucks in the pot right now
But it will be
for
for
golf or disc golf.
ball golf and disc golf, maybe like a dollar per player. I mean, the odds of
We
getting
can
an
put 5
ace,
here.
a hole in one in the however long the 218 continues to
Yeah.
exist
Okay.
in ball golf, the hole in one.
in disc golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. 666.
You got
666.
you got an ace in disc golf.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
On 666.
Was that a Carol Marty?
It was in
the other
Angels
one.
North.
Oh, the other one.
Frederickson Court one.
The shitty Angel.
I like that one.
Did you get arrested
I'm not
that night?
familiar with disc golf.
I,
You did not.
But so yeah, that'll be in effect for both disc golf
Yeah.
and ball golf. Maybe
It's
just
very
a
generous
dollar.
of you.
A dollar. I mean, just it helps for the reserve fund too. The likelihood of someone getting the ace in either is pretty slim.
I'll
Much
say
more
I'll
slim
win
than
that
ball
in the
golf.
next 3 years.
Guaranteed it.
Guaranteed.
You write that down.
one.
Guaranteed.
And I will guarantee that will not happen.
Golf.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Golf or disc golf? That's 6
Doing-
attempts.
You say 10 years?
3 years.
We make a wager on that.
3 par 3s per round. You have 9 holes probably.
Just say Sean couldn't do it on a par 4. You played the right course. We go to Grandview. You know, maybe it's a 270-yard drive on 14, 15, or 16. One of those birdie triangle holes. Gets lucky, gets a hot. Who knows?
Everybody
It's lucky.
Sometimes.
Let's go to the lightning round, Mr. Cory Harter. Cory Harter. Let's start with an easy one. Who's your favorite rival in 218?
That kind of, you say easy, but that's kind of tough. I mean, it was Gruber at one time, but I think Gruber and I have moved past that. We're going to be partners in Ryder Cup this year.
You guys did well, yeah. You guys did
As long as
Help
no
each
one
other.
backs out, I think we help each other, and I'll guarantee a win for the Ryder Cup.
Guaranteed.
Right? That
Kind of put Gruber on the spot, but I think we can help each other, and you know, we can get
Alright,
it done because
alright.
the 1 and 8 season.
Okay. Who's your favorite rival? Who's your biggest rival in 218?
Ugh.
I'll say Lauders. I'll just say Lauders.
All right.
He's moving up my list.
Rightfully so. Maybe he's moving up on a long list. I don't know.
Harder. When did you first realize there was no God?
Maybe like 7th grade science class. I don't know.
Bondurant.
Just a big age.
Just going to St. John and Paul, it never really clicked for me. It didn't make sense. I hated spending time in church, and then
Nobody likes it.
Probably, honestly,
No,
like
not at all.
about well, why go? Like, I'd rather watch someone get a haircut than go to church. Even if I was religious, I'd rather watch the WNBA.
I gotta think
That might be the
church.
craziest claim I've heard all day so far.
That's a big
Cave drive, what have you. But yeah, probably college years when I really did a little research and some soul searching.
Okay.
It's not for everyone.
You're in the landscaping business. Do you like straight lines or do you go diagonal when you cut?
To be honest, the best line, if you can pull it off, it's tough to pull off, is the curve line. It looks real sick. But yeah, a diagonal cross pattern is better than a checkerboard. They do both look good, but I like the diagonal. One thing I don't like is when the stripes go horizontally with the sidewalk in the road, because then you really can't see them as you're driving by. A vertical stripe that runs perpendicular to the road is most visible. So. But the curved line, if the yard can call for it, maybe they have a tree line that's curved, and you just kind of keep that stripe going. It looks really sick.
So go with the flow.
Yeah, ladies like it when it's curved a little bit.
Yeah.
No ladies like a straight dick.
We were talking about dicks.
Yeah, the arms.
Whoa.
Let's do one more round. Come
Alright.
on, you can pull something out of the hat.
Cory Harter, if you could be gay with 1, 2, and 8 member, who would it be?
Sean, that beard.
Sean.
That beard, that gets me going. Something about it.
If you could bang one celebrity, who would it be?
You say to your wife you're a faggot, so don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not a faggot, so I wouldn't say my wife. I don't know. I've always thought Jessica Alba is pretty good looking. But
Okay.
she's had children now. I think you might want to go with someone.
It's kind of tough. I don't have a good answer for that.
Alright.
You know, pass. But Jessica Alba /pass. Hey, one more suggestion. Playing the ball down in golf.
I don't agree.
You don't like fluffing, or you want to play as a
This is what I'd like. Player, if you want to make yourself not eligible to win the major, go ahead and fluff, because you're going to shoot lower, or it's going to be tougher to score well when you play the ball down. But for those 10 of our players that are in the mix to potentially win it every year, 7, whatever that number is, if you want yourself eligible to win, you play the ball down. If you want to maybe have a little bit better score, and you can still make
Courses around here suck.
They're not like the pros.
Yeah,
You can be in the fairway and be on dirt.
I know, but it's a tough game.
You shouldn't be penalized for
Yeah.
just getting a
Yeah,
bad
I love that. That is great.
Oh, so Tiger's never hit a drive, smoked down the center of the fairway.
Tiger's playing
had
a
fun.
professional manicured course.
Yeah, but he's never had a shitty spot. Like I mean, the courses around here do suck. I see the point you're making, but I guarantee on a few of those courses there are some patchy spots or some shitty areas. Very seldom, but there are. And your ball can land in a divot. I mean, your ball could land where someone stepped and took a huge ass step and is sitting down. So they deal
Duck
with
poop.
that. I think it just adds another little
Goose
wrinkle.
poop everywhere.
Kind of like the head coach in fantasy. It's just another little twist. I like
Okay,
twists.
We can vote on it. But,
Yeah. Well, we'll take it to the
It
board
sounds like it's
discussion.
going to get shut down, but I like it.
We like the ideas. We're not shutting anything down yet.
Seems like Kyle kind of did.
Okay. Shuts down a lot of things.
on a nice course, let's play it down. But
What? Yeah, are we going to the Harvest, or are we all chilling out of the
On
hundreds to play?
TCI.
Maybe in 20 years.
PCI was even shitty when I played it. Like,
I guess that's Iowa weather and
Yeah.
Iowa winters that just might cause courses to not be in the most pristine condition as opposed to places like California and other places.
Well, we have more than doubled our allotted time for you,
That
so
sucks.
we will have to cut our next guest. But hey, thanks for being the guest on the show tonight.
Thank you. Honored to be here. Appreciate the time.
Alright, well, thanks Harter for being here. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hey there, 218ers. In case anybody's forgotten since last Christmas, I have Kirsty Lauders here to break down some basic standard CPR tips that could save your life.
CPR is a life-saving technique that can be useful in many emergencies, including but not limited to drowning, heart attack, or in some unfortunate circumstances, an overstimulating Christmas party. With 1/3 of every cardiac arrest happening at Christmas time during the holiday season, it is important to teach all of you the most important steps in CPR. The American Heart Association recommends that everybody, bystanders or medical trained personnel, begins with chest compressions. So, it is important to remember the words CAB, like cab. So, you start with chest compressions, airway, then breathing. When you happen to find somebody unconscious, hello, are you okay? Shake the patient and make sure that he is not breathing. Are you okay? Which he isn't. So, Go call 911. Start with chest compressions. One hand over the other on the breastbone. Go with 30 to 2. 30 chest compressions to every 2 breaths given to the patient. So, you put your knuckles together and put them over the breastbone. And then you start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You then lift the head to open up the airway, plug the nose, and give 2 breaths. Hopefully it's a hot person. Lift. Give big, full breaths to see the chest rise. Once you see the chest rise, you know you're filling the lungs with air. You then repeat the process until the paramedics arrive. The American Heart Association recommends that doing something rather than nothing is better. So even if you are not 100% confident in your abilities, or perhaps not even CPR trained at all, it's better to do something than let somebody die in front of you. So we're going to start using our CAB technique, compressions, airway, and breathing. Okay, when you're ready. 30
1, 2,
1.
3,
Make sure you're going 2 inches deep.
6,
Harder.
7,
Faster.
8,
Harder.
10, 11,
Faster. Slower. Slower. Harder. Faster. Slower. Make sure your
30.
patient's okay.
All right.
Make sure their airway's open and breathe. 2 big breaths. Mike would repeat this process until the paramedics arrive. Unfortunately, I don't think our patient is going to last that long. It is important to learn CPR because it saves lives.
Wow, what an informative commercial.
At that time,
Yeah.
Paul had second guest of the night.
Austin Truber.
Austin Truber. Here's a pen for being on the show tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Here's a pen for being on the show tonight.
Absolutely, it's nice to be here.
What a late push you had. I actually said you were dead. You were eliminated from playoff contention.
You did. It hurt.
Did it?
It stung a little bit when you said that.
You fired your team up. Maybe you should be
Motivated
thanking me.
Good man. Should. Yeah, thank you.
8 would be the magic number to win.
Still got a tough battle though. I'd say probably Wilson's probably going to be one of the harder.
Some people think that I'm going to lose, but I don't feel like I'm going to.
Would you guarantee?
I wouldn't guarantee it. I never put a guarantee on it.
No guarantee
So,
loss.
Like Kyle said, it's luck. A lot of it's luck.
Yeah, a lot of us like that's fantasy for you.
It does make it fun.
To kind of to piggyback on what Harter was saying earlier, with his rule changes, I don't think it should be end of the year point score get a whatever, like a pot or $5.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of leagues who do two wins per week, so the top 5 scorers per week also get a win. So there's per week.
Oh wow. Woo!
Like a different kind of a record by the end of the year, but you've got a better chance of making those playoffs if you were a top scorer. Like Mason. Mason this year.
Wilson
probably,
does that format with his other buddies. And
right. I like that format a lot. So.
I'd be out.
You would definitely be out, yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Yeah, any of these, anybody, hey, you're more than welcome to pitch an idea to the board. Just make sure you lay it out clearly. We don't want any if this, that type things.
Well, Wilson knows in particular there. So.
Wilson would on that one, yes.
I like a good PowerPoint. So
But yeah, made a late push. Congrats. You gave me my first loss.
That's right.
That's how it goes. But
Drafted a good team, except for like David Wilson. That was bad. But other than that, I drafted a good team.
Miles Austin.
Miles Austin.
Yeah,
well,
he
I
wasn't.
mean, who saw that coming? Except for the injury, I guess that's likely to
a
happen.
lot of injuries. That's how I guess that's the name of the game. Do we pull out a lightning round on Mr. Austin Truber?
Ooh, I'll try to think of some questions. You guys need to go first.
Oh, give me a lot here. What's your favorite 2-on-8 event?
I'd say home run derby.
who's your biggest rival in 218?
It's been Harter.
Neutral rival. Wow, you don't say that too
I'd
much.
say probably Cory Rocco. Though.
Really? What are we rivals in?
We smack talk a little bit back and forth. I've never actually faced each other in an important round.
I really don't think we have.
Maybe that's what I want to be.
You're
my rival.
wanting that to be a rival.
You win a
You're
lot.
right
so you take
outside
me
on
down.
that.
Good to know.
I mean, you're top 6. I think you're 6th in points, so you're right out there.
Just kind of consistently getting points, never really winning.
Newer guy.
You've done better in the
Gotta get
past.
some wins in there.
You're top 5 still, yeah.
How many times did you say you played Copper Creek last year?
Not as many as I like kind of planned on doing, like not playing softball, that kind of thing. I
Oh,
worked way
that
too
kinda
much. It didn't backfire. It actually worked out. I placed higher than I did in previous years, but I was working a lot. I was
You lost some companionship.
It was not a. Was not trying to distance myself from 2-8.
It takes me about 2 or 3 swings to get that softball swing out of my system. So
It really
it's
does.
really different. It really is.
I don't even have much of a golf swing. So
Yeah, I didn't play in high school, so I don't have it ingrained in me like you do. Power swings, Tiger.
If you could punch one 2-8 member, who would it be?
Well, I wouldn't do that because it's against the bylaws.
true.
Yeah.
First
If
of
you
all,
could.
if I could, if it was not against the bylaws, I don't really hold any hostility towards me.
No, I didn't say you. There's people I just like to punch. I love them, but I'd love to punch them.
Harder sometimes, like softball field, the fire.
Fire! I love it.
The time where we got kind of racist when he's
Yeah,
like,
there was a couple
the
races.
black guy came up and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, is this the one who did?" No, that's
Oh, it was the other one.
It's like, come on, dude.
They did look the
It
same.
did look
They
the
did.
same. That is true, but it's still
I told
racist.
the guy a nice hit, and he's like, I didn't get hit that in. Pointing at the other guy on the Thursday night league. Oh man, he had a good laugh. I had a good laugh. It was pretty fun. Are you playing any current video games, and what's your favorite one?
Bought Grand Theft Auto, and I beat that. I got it kind of up to like a 130 in the online game level. So
Are you getting the PS4? Are you an Xbox guy?
No, Xbox only. But I
Anybody-
sold GTA and I got the new COD, which is good. I'm killing that.
Good fish.
Oh, so you're one of those trade them out real quick guys.
I was on this one because I'm somewhat broke on it, so.
Well, enjoy it because when you get married, video games just.
Anybody get hooked up with Rockwell's comment? It was good to see him make it
Yeah.
post the other day.
Me and him
That's
play a
cool.
little
We're
online.
on PlayStation though, so it's kind of weak sauce.
PlayStation's far superior than Xbox.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Is that-
It's not even
That's
close.
bullshit.
I played the Xbox, the original
Wow.
one, and there was like
Good at half and half.
5 triggers and number.
It's a
Colors
whistle.
of
How many
buttons.
triggers are there in a PS4 or PS3?
It's the same thing as the Xbox
4.
controller. The PlayStation controller was first, then Xbox had that alien type
It
thing.
was
The Xbox,
Not
controller,
Xbox.
the
What do you-
Xbox 360 controller is awesome, except for that battery pack is weird and jams your fingers in it.
yeah,
It is
carpal
good.
tunnel.
Yeah.
I miss the old Nintendo where you got 2 buttons. That's all you need to worry
Hey,
about.
Back to that, though.
I enjoy it.
Tecmo Bowl tournament.
Yeah, I would love to take anybody on Super Tecmo
No
Bowl
Raiders.
Nintendo.
No Raiders.
That's fine. I want to be the Niners. I like them.
I don't think you can be them either. Those are the 2 good teams.
They're really good, yeah. All right.
What do you really want to do a FIFA tournament?
Wait, you got Xbox or you got PlayStation? And then
Xbox.
I mean, it's your controller choice.
Oh, I do have something else on
Okay.
fantasy. Sorry, that's way off topic, but I did the Gridiron Challenge fantasy game on ESPN site. It's basically like a player eliminator. So week 1, you chose who you thought was going to go off that week, and you can't use any of those players again. So it's kind of weird how we have Cardinal and Gold. I don't know, like Woody might not want to do Cardinal next year, so that might not
Might
be
be
a
some changes to that.
person league going on. Something where it doesn't need to be a certain set amount of people, like a 2, numeral of 2. We can just, it's 15, 13, 17 people want to be in this, put in a certain amount of money. Whoever wins the money. It's kind of fun to follow along. People who don't, the draft sucks. They don't know who to draft, but they know who's going off every week. Something to think about too. Little side pot game.
make a proposal. Pitch it.
Well,
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either.
It's really fun. I did
They
2
have
entries.
eliminator seasons.
How do you feel about that, Kyle?
I love.
It's gonna be a good week for me.
That's gonna be good. Yeah.
2-8 so far. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts? You liking it?
Oh, I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Keep in touch with your friends. Get your competitive edge out.
Yeah.
Get an outlet for that kind of thing.
Yep.
Plus, I feel like you got a lot of good characters.
You've had a lot of close top 10 finishes, or a lot of top finishes, I should say, top 1, top 2. Haven't really
Except for
finished in
fantasy,
top
I've not won. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What did you get on that? What was that? That was fantasy baseball?
This is fantasy baseball. I also
Okay.
won fantasy Cardinal League last year. So.
Oh shit, that's right. You did win.
I should have 2 of these technically. I don't know. I didn't win fantasy football because my football beat me in the championship round. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh, top 5.
Didn't
You
win
gotta
that.
be happy. with
You're on the
that.
top 5. Yeah, you gotta feel good about that.
Be my
You play
second
some.
year in the top 10.
Yep. Yeah. How do you feel about beer pong coming out?
I did really well in the Beer Olympics. Me and Mikey were a pretty good tandem going on. I think I actually carried him one of the games. I made every single ball I threw.
You were the most drunk at the Beer Olympics.
Which was, I mean, we've all kind of pointed to Sean being probably the most fucked up person.
I would say Sean probably was.
You and Wilson had a nice little scuffle.
Oh yeah, that was well documented. Jared.
I believe it was all in good nature, but it was good to see on
Like the stabbing.
not the trailer, but the highlights.
Yeah, the highlight reel.
It was a lot of fun.
Who knows what Winter Beer Olympics is going to hold? This is going to be a whole different twist.
When is that?
That'll be, it's in discussions, but it'll be probably February, the early week in February, but yeah.
That was your lightning round?
Do you have questions for us?
You have questions for us? You were never officially had to do an interview, did you?
I didn't. I kind of got the back door.
You got that weird year with you and I think maybe Fox and Engel. Didn't have to do any kind of initiation.
Engel, I think, was a big mistake letting him in, obviously.
You think
with
so?
As many events as he's winning.
He might
Great
win the
guy.
cup.
Not personality wise, mistake
Yeah.
letting him in. But he's going to win a lot of events, so might get competitively challenged. But Steve bribed his way in with a signed Iowa State T-shirt and jersey, I believe.
You did. You have that?
And I just kind of made it because I was golden boy, I think.
Fox is going to probably make it anyways.
Oh yeah. Pull up those beards in
I would
any
just
day.
like to say that he bribed his way in.
Yeah, if you make it to the championship, I will not play fantasy next year.
Sean?
Mark my word.
Hey.
Mark my word.
Wow. Guarantee that?
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Saying he would retire.
I wouldn't play next year if he makes it to the championship.
I'm just a good player at the sport of fantasy.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't want Sean to go because he is in top for contention of cup points. But I really think Kyle, you need to get your team together and you're gonna demolish this guy.
We're sitting
You need
here
to get
right
some
now, and
confidence.
Chris Johnson's probably just going off. He's probably got 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes.
right now.
It was nice to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Stick around for full
I
panel.
will.
All right.
Definitely. Pleasure to be here. Thank
Okay.
you guys for having me.
Let's go to a quick word from Mr. Justin Constable, the #1 seed in Cardinal League fantasy football.
Having a good year this year. Last year I won the toilet bowl, so I don't know if you can look at that as a good thing. It was a win, which was rare for me last year. This year I'm 9-1, so playing real good. Scoring a lot of points, not letting a lot get scored, so feeling good. I got a good solid team. Seems like I've actually been playing a little not as good lately, but still looking good, so 9-1, I'll take it.
Alright, thanks Squints. If we have any time left after Harter's talking today, we have a full panel now. Happy to sit here right by Kyle and Cory.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucked in the ass right now because of you.
You might want to. You might be sucking his dick though by the end of this
I think you will.
fantasy. So
Would you really suck his dick if it came to that?
Cory did.
I think that's necessary.
Cory did. Cory did.
Gun to your head, you sucking his dick.
Gun to your head. Are you sucking his dick?
I think I'd get a bullet now.
I would want you to
That'd be a
shake
good
it.
life.
I think you'd suck the dick.
Life.
I think I'd have to suck the dick.
You said it. You edit that out.
Guarantee you're sucking the dick.
Yeah, that's on tape now. Forever immortalized.
We got beer pong coming up. I think this will be the first year that we're actually doing just beer pong. This.
Speaking of this, I was a Blue Jersey.
this
Yeah.
guy right here. This guy.
What do we got?
This chump dick.
You guys talk some beer pong?
We're talking beer pong. Wow, coming on up, knocking ladders out, huh?
Hello, Mikey.
Too bad that won't
Mikey.
happen in real life.
Speaking of beer pong,
I'm excited.
he shot his load too soon. Are you worried about Wheeler?
No, not at all.
Are you guaranteeing a win?
No, I won't do that round
No
again.
guarantee.
Pussy.
Smart man.
Pussy.
I was too
Rex
cocky.
Ryan
I
learned
don't
his
know.
lesson.
Yeah, I was
So-
too cocky that
I don't
first year.
guarantee
Joe
you
Namath
golf
didn't.
and
Although
that.
I did,
He did, and he held it up.
Yeah.
God damn, that
I
was
started good in beer pong
Big
last
dick.
year. I think I only had like 5 cups made in prelims, and then
I don't think you're good at beer pong. You were nervous, I think. You buckled.
I will guarantee another best dress at
Guarantee.
next year's golf.
Oh, I'll take you up on that. I'd like
Really?
to.
Oh, really?
Oh, please. I'd fight you for that. Any day.
Look at the shit he's wearing now.
Ukraine train.
This shows this man doesn't fuck around.
2-8's only fantasy football jersey. Mark that down.
Chicken or egg, the jersey or the name?
Oh, the jersey came second. The name came first.
Would it be weird to put Eli Manning has Down syndrome on the back?
somebody might ask questions about
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Chris Johnson has 19.
You
www.shitoniggas.com.
have a weird hatred for
Kyle,
yeah.
That's racist. Guys, let's go through a quick round. Who is your prediction for beer pong?
Wheeler. Fuck it.
Groups?
I'm gonna go with self-fulfilling prophecy.
Do we have anyone that's left-handed in 218?
Ooh, I do not know the answer.
I'd say
I want to get
That's a
left-handed.
good
Go
question.
Lucky Lou.
I can guarantee that.
You haven't won one right-handed. Don't say you don't get that kind of hubris around here.
If I get it early, I'll play a prelude game left-handed. I don't give a
I'm gonna take Ryan Mason.
Ryan Mason, huh? He's won it already.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Kate Ingle is not going to win. I will guarantee that. I'm going to pick myself to win. If I don't have to worry about the Christmas party, I'm picking that.
That's a mistake.
I won the first year. I've won more than you have.
That's hard.
That's hard. No, it's not.
Ryan Redding knocked over a table.
That was weird pong. He got really fucked up. Crushed all my
How do you
cans.
get more fucked
The
up than
event,
beer pong?
not but 3 or 4 hours after he won golf.
Yeah, he drank-
Amazing round.
Nobody got a picture of this.
I mean-
How did we not get a picture of
He
this?
drank 12
technically, I
beers
ended the
on the
game before
course
it all
and shot
happened.
3 over
But we let it
par.
go.
He beat Kyle. He was
The
excited.
top 4.
Oh, well.
Definitely got to do myself.
What, number 1?
Yeah, I'm gonna win it.
Oh.
I mean, no guarantee obviously this year, but
Guarantee, pussy.
you know,
We like
no,
guarantees.
I was a little
That's
too
gonna
cocky
be
this year.
nasty.
I'm gonna be drunk this year. Might get a little sloppy.
It's your middle name, isn't it?
Go ahead.
Me and Steve will be doing some Jaeger bombs. Just
Fucking yeah, you're bomb.
Together, huh?
just throwing those out there.
Okay.
Shit.
Mason 2, K
Okay.
3, your gay ass 4.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, gay.
Call me gay. I don't know.
No,
if
they
thank you
call
for
someone
calling me a
cute.
homo or
Yeah,
not.
gay.
You did suck louder than
I thought we moved past gay bashing.
That's too big. I would not want
A
to
lot
do
of gay bashing guarantees in this one.
I want a Mason, this guy, Mikey.
I'm ready for that.
Championship?
That's what
I like
I'm
Mason. Mason, the
Why not?
engagement, he's riding
Mason's
high.
good.
That
Yeah.
would be a nice.
Megan's not here, he has nothing to worry about.
That'd be a gentleman's.
How did she propose?
How did she propose? Oh man.
Oops.
Moving on, we just finished the chili cook-off. Congratulations to your wife for winning.
Or a girl.
Or significant other.
What are we
Yep.
talking about? Wife?
Your.
It was good chili. It was some good
It's
stuff.
delicious.
The one with the beef and chili in it?
Yeah, yeah. I think I had beans.
Had some good flavor.
Yeah, it was a little kick, but it was good. It was good. So congratulations on that.
Gave me the farts.
I feel out of the loop.
It's a point of
That play between the Iowa State and Michigan game? Wow.
Yeah, that was nice.
The dunk and the shot.
I know it. Yeah.
Makes me excited for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. We had a gentleman's evening the other week. It went pretty well. I mean, it was just a nice little dinner.
I think
Obviously,
we
I
have to
wouldn't-
go
I
back
wouldn't
over
do
the
that.
dress code for some people, though.
Yes,
I feel
I
like
agree.
there was some lacking.
Yeah.
What?
Some more
What did you
sweatpants?
think? Sweatshirt, sweatpants.
I don't
Who-
think
who-
so, actually. Wheeler, thank you for kicking off our 2-8 luncheons. I guess really no one here is going to be a part of it, but we got a few. We're going to try doing that every once a month, the third Friday of every month. We're going to have a little lunch.
I don't
lunch.
like
So.
Fridays.
There you go.
Luncheon.
There you go. If you want to take an extra half an hour for a lunch, come on down. A little 2-8 social.
Just
So
take willy-nilly lunches.
Do you guys drink at this and go back to work?
Three beers.
Frowned upon by
yes.
employers.
Well, yeah.
You're allowed
Yeah.
to for an employer.
Yeah.
Most employers.
So it's good social activities. I like us bringing in more of this. I think it's going to be help. Really add to
Build
our-
up camaraderie.
It's really a big part of the spirit of the 218 to just like stay in touch with friends, that kind of thing.
It is, yeah. And Facebook doesn't necessarily do it all. Sometimes we get a little too rivalry in Facebook. I think this helps.
Internet's
kind of
up,
bring it
guys.
together. Yeah,
Tangents.
tangents.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck does that?
Puts up rants about quarterbacks in NFL.
Yeah.
Shit, it
And
happened to
politics,
Gingers.
politics.
Gingers,
you guys do
yeah.
the thing.
Gingers, 9/11, you have it all.
Hey, we had another wedding this past weekend. Congrats to Mitch Seiberling. And in other news, Ryan Mason has been engaged.
Yes.
You brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
Congrats to Ryan. Oh! Upcoming events, we have beer pong, November 30th. Come ready, $15.
I will be going to the Vikings-Bears game the following day.
It's an
so
awful
we'll be
game.
there.
You're not coming. Is your wife
I
coming?
got my wife to be here.
Well, in case Justin Constable needs CPR.
Oh, she.
Sacrificial
Can we have her on standby?
And she just did compressions. Turns out.
She did. Yeah, Jake.
Turns out the mouth-to-mouth is unnecessary. You just do
That wasn't
compressions for CPR.
Well, we still think that was in the works for years, by
Yeah.
the way.
Was it? Was it the works?
We think it was.
I think that's the
Is that
only
a
reason he
conspiracy?
joined 218.
Just to execute this
He hasn't
plan.
showed up for a lot.
It's like 9/11 is well executed.
It was a lot behind it, but it came to fruition.
Christmas party, December 14th. Yeah, that's going to be just ugly sweater. Another 2-8 social. Let's get
What do you do at teammates?
Everybody get fucked up. Nobody, don't pass out. No cops called.
I propose we have more parties, like more themed parties.
We could.
Are you hosting them?
We'd like some. Yeah, exactly. We need more people hosting. Maybe a Christmas or a Halloween party, a New Year's party. There's a lot of open parties that we could have. St. Patty's Day, whatever. But
I'd like to add one thing.
Of course you would.
Of course.
Being me. Like, maybe for one of the episodes we do a talent show. I've always...
I'm on board.
I love it. Write it down.
Talent show.
That's at the top of the
I'd
list.
have to think about my talent.
He doesn't even know what he wants to do.
Let me get, you want to...
This is a long
I can juggle 3 balls. That's not impressive, but I've always heard Fox was in choir. I'd like to hear his singing ability.
Singing Mr. Lemon.
Well, holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, I've never loved one like you. Well, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ. Ain't nothing please me more than you.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for episode 9. Good episode. We had a lot of talk.
Yeah.
Yay.
Any more suggestions?